Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and WandaVision has us wondering that someone else must be coming, and for many, that someone is Ultron, the Marvel villain whose age lasted just about a few hours, yet a character whose DNA has lived on in Vision, and who was finally name-dropped in WandaVision to keep him from fading into the afterlife according to Coco Law.
He was killed by Ultron.
Peace in our time.
And now that the intricacies of Vision's anatomical structure are front and center, no, I'm not talking about that suggestive still frame you keep tweeting at me. We all know it's really purple. Ultron's return seems more possible now than ever, so I'm gonna explain how this Ultron Avengers rematch could work. Spoiler warning in case I am right on this theory. So in the past, when folks have asked me about Ultron's return in WandaVision, I've been hesitant. Mostly because that question usually comes in the form of someone tweeting at me a screen grab of Google search results showing that James Spader is confirmed to be in the WandaVision cast. Just a reminder, folks, Google search results are not a verified news source. Google is not a source, it's an aggregator of various sources, some of them legit news, some of them just random blogs, and if just enough people post something, say speculation that Ultron might be in WandaVision, or that Tobey Maguire might be in Spider-Man No Way Home, or Hugh Jackman could be in Avengers Endgame, it could totally show up on Google, or even IMDb, or Wikipedia, as was the case with that Hugh Jackman Avengers Endgame thing. So I beg of you, before you reshare something out in the world, just spend 5 seconds fact-checking it with a legitimate news source. And until you do that, trust nothing you see on social media, including YouTubers. But hey, no shame in imagination, right? I get the momentum of this theory. I want Ultron back too. I've made several videos on this channel theorizing exactly how Ultron could return, including all the way back in October 2019, like 2 or 3 Blue Dungeons ago, back in the age of masklessness. My theory then just needed one final puzzle piece to get Ultron back in the game. And now, I think I found that last solid clue. See, the last time we saw Ultron, he was debating the merits of humanity with Vision after the Battle of Sokovia. Vision and the rest of the Avengers had cleared all the Ultron sentries from the city, leaving no other drones for Ultron's consciousness to jump into and escape into the world, aside from this last broken one, which was actually the same sentry Cap busted up with his shield and threw off the bridge earlier in the battle. Vision seemed to finish off Ultron by blasting him with the Mind Stone, but notice the camera cuts away to a distance, so we don't really see how exactly that final sentry gets destroyed. Then, years later, Peter Parker pulled a severed Ultron sentry head from a bag of scraps in the DODC storage with its eyes glowing red, which is how we knew which sentry possessed Ultron's consciousness in any given moment. Probably a joke in Spider-Man Homecoming, but it was seen as a sign to many that Ultron's AI may be floating around somewhere in the MCU. Now remember, during the Battle of Sokovia, one Ultron sentry crashed into Nick Fury's helicarrier, which might have given it enough time to connect with one of Fury's computers and leave a trace of Ultron's code there. But going back to that death moment, since we didn't see exactly what Vision did to Ultron in those trees, my theory was that in order to permanently ensure that Ultron's virus could be contained, incapable of spreading to any other piece of technology on the world, that Vision might have absorbed Ultron's OS, the way Ultron had previously absorbed Jarvis, now trapping Ultron as a prisoner inside Vision's head. And that Vision's occasional dark flashes over the years since then, from trapping Wanda in the Avengers compound to misfiring at Boom, You Looking for Rhodey, were really Ultron's consciousness briefly surfacing before getting buried back into Vision's digital sunken place. Now, in WandaVision, the Vision in Westview was a creation of Wanda's chaos magic, which, since she's a Nexus being capable of spontaneous reality manifestation, includes Vision's vibranium flesh and the Mind Stone in his head, at least as long as he's still in the Hex, but this Vision does not possess any memory of Ultron until Darcy fills him in. But White Vision, created by Hayward from Vision's actual damaged parts in the real world, is made up of whatever hardware was left over from Vision's MCU history, from Ultron to Thanos. Revealed in the episode 8 post-credits scene, that White Vision was just about to launch, setting up a White Vision versus Scarlet Vision battle in the finale. Though, as of that moment, we have not heard White Vision talk yet, so many speculated that he might have the voice voice of James Spader, Ultron. But my problem with that was that it might feel like a bit of a goofy misuse of James Spader's talent just to have his voice come out of Paul Bettany's mouth. I also doubt most viewers would even recognize Spader's voice right away, not to mention the millions of viewers watching WandaVision with international dubbing. Like some German watcher would be like, yeah, they use the same voice of a guy who did Ultron in Age of Ultron. I know who that is. I'm sorry to any Germans out there, you don't sound like that. But before I continue, thanks to Bang Energy for sponsoring this video. Every can of Bang Energy has 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, and 0 artificial colors. Each 16-ounce can contains 300 milligrams of caffeine, CoQ10, and BCAAs. I'm sipping on Pina Colada, that nice tropical flavor that just takes you to your happy place, but gives you the energy to fight off any unwelcome tourist who's showing too much skin. Put your shirt on. I typically pop open a Bang when I need to pick me up in the morning or when I need to plow through a long video and want my mind to be alert. Check out Bang on Instagram. Get 10% off your order at bangenergy.com when you use the code NewRockstars10. There you can buy a variety pack of Bang Energy or grab a 12-pack of Citrus Twist, Bang Strawberry, or the new Delish Strawberry Kiss. Use my code NewRockstars10 to receive 10% off your Bang Energy order. That's code NewRockstars10 for 10% off. But here's the deal, folks. This show has been very clear about the rules of Wanda's hex border. Well, kind of clear. Anything that breaches this wall from the outside warps into something contemporarily appropriate to Wanda's current sitcom era. That's how Monica got the idea to send in an 80s era Stark drone so that it wouldn't warp in the 80s reality. It would just blend in. A military drone blending in with a residential neighborhood. Don't question everything. Now, we could say White Vision is a superpowered exception the way Monica later was, but Monica seems to be a unique case, immune to radiation on that third pass due to the specific nature of her physiology. White Vision, made up of the MCU Vision's corpse parts, is a modern creation, Frankenstein in the year 2023 in the outside world, so he must take on a new form when he enters the Hex. And in the episode 8 breakdown, I pointed out that you can see the year 2013 behind the stage lights. At first I thought this was a throwaway detail, establishing Wanda's latest Modern Family warp just as the year 2013, 10 years earlier, but now I think this must have been specific. Why would you add this? Westview needs its final era to be 10 years earlier than the outside world to set up that when White Vision enters that hex, he warps into the form he was in that past decade, around the years of 2013 to 2015, the previous vibranium model to Vision before the Mind Stone was plugged in, Ultron. That might be why it was so important for that drone to be a Stark Industries one. Ultron was a product of Stark Tech. When White Vision looks down at his hands upon awakening, you can almost imagine hearing the voice of James Spader saying, "There are no strings on me." And you can definitely imagine Wanda feeling especially hungry to permanently kill the monster who killed Pietro. White Vision warping into Ultron as he enters the Westview arena is how we get the Avengers Ultron rematch we've been wanting, but keeping it within the confines of the Hex reality. Now, Ultron probably is not the cameo Paul Bettany teased, since Bettany already had scenes with James Spader in Age of Ultron, but it's also very possible that Bettany was just trolling us by saying the big cameo of an actor he always wanted to work with that he'd have fireworks with is really himself. Who knows what the that guy was talking about. Hey, if you haven't already, this is our An Unusual Couple shirt. A shirt which, along with its purple counterpart, are about to sell out. It's your last chance to get these. You just gotta go to newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for everything WandaVision. Thank you for watching. Bye.
That was dramatic.